As NFL free agency is kicking off. The negotiation period starts on Monday, and then free agency officially kicks off when the new league year starts. The Jaguars have a long list of their guys that they're going to be trying to keep. Here's a look at all of the Jaguars free agents that they're going to be trying to get deals done with. Jamal Agnew, Dwan Smoot, Trey Herndon, Brandon McManus, their kicker from last year, and of course, Calvin Ridley. Long list of guys. The Jaguars are going to be busy trying to get deals done with as many of these guys as they can try and keep around as possible, because it's always good to keep some talent in there. Now, the Jaguars, with free agency starting off, they're going to have some money that they have to figure out how to get done, but they have some big swings that they're going to try and take. Now, with the Jaguars kicking off free agency, look, if they're going to get a deal done with one guy, here's a couple of guys that I'd like to see them keep in Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley's the guy. Look, it's tough. They have trade compensation tied to him with the Falcons, so keeping Calvin Ridley does have some stipulations. But if you sign him after free agency opens up, which is easier said than done because he's going to be the top free agent on the market, the Jaguars still only owe the Falcons that third-round pick. It's pretty simple. So the Jaguars are going to try and figure out a way to get a deal done with this guy, but it's going to be hard for them to do it. Calvin Ridley is the top free agent wide receiver on the market. He's going to get paid a lot of money by somebody. The Jaguars need him here in Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence would like him back on the team with the Jaguars, and for good reason. He missed a lot of football over the last 2 years, came back, 1,000-yard receiver. That doesn't necessarily sound like it's something hard to do, but that is very difficult to do. This guy's really good at football. The Jaguars are better with Calvin Ridley on the football field. If they can find a way to keep Calvin Ridley in Jacksonville, they don't need to make a home run swing anywhere else. That would be the home run hit that a lot of people are hoping for. Keeping Calvin Ridley would definitely be that. Now, if you can't keep Calvin Ridley, how about another home run swing? Christian Wilkins. Wilkins is a defensive tackle from Miami. He was a surprise that they didn't franchise tag this guy. Somehow he is now on the open market, and he is set to get a big contract from somebody. And I know he is on the wish list for a lot of Jaguars fans, but I'm telling you, I don't know if it's in the cards. Look, the Jaguars do have a little bit of salary cap room to work with, but giving this guy the deal that he's going to command would definitely take a lot of the flexibility away. But if the Jaguars wanted to take that, home run swing, adding Christian Wilkins to their defense would definitely be a home run swing of sorts. Now, here are a couple of guys that I think are going to be more cost-effective. If Calvin Ridley does go, how about Michael Thomas? Now, he hasn't been healthy in maybe the Michael Thomas we saw early in the career since maybe 2019, but last year he was back on the field with the Saints, and you start to see some of the flashes of that old Michael Thomas showing up again. They had a high contested catch percentage a year ago for the Saints. Did miss some times with some injury again. So injuries would be a big question mark for him. But Michael Thomas shouldn't command a huge contract. He would definitely fill the hole at wide receiver that Calvin Ridley could vacate and help the Jaguars make sure that they continue to surround Trevor Lawrence with weapons. Michael Thomas would definitely be an interesting option for them during free agency, even if it's just to have some of the social media fireworks that come along with Can't Guard Mike online. One more guy that is a recent free agent that I think the Jaguars should be looking at, Tre'Davious White. Now, the hiccup with Tre'Davious White, injuries. He's coming fresh off as an Achilles tear, but this is a guy that has been an all-pro player in the NFL. He has played cornerback at a high level. The Jaguars have a big need at cornerback. They moved on from Darius Williams. Right now, you can pencil in Tyson Campbell, and then you got a big question mark on the other side of the field of who that cornerback is going to be. Tre'Davious White is a guy that, because of the injury concerns, probably not going to be signing a big contract anywhere. But maybe a prove-it deal sort of thing would fit for him here in Jacksonville. He'd be the perfect fit for that Jaguars defense. They should check him out, take a flyer on it. If he's healthy, Tre'Davious White would be a home run kind of signing that might fly under the radar for some folks. This is a couple of free agents that I think would be a good fit for the Jaguars as we move into free agency next week. We're going to be talking all about it on the News for Jags podcast. New episodes come out all the time. You can track those down anywhere that you get your podcast. Make sure you subscribe while you're there. You can also track it down over on newsforjax.com. Just click on that handy-dandy sports page.